The first poll list of the Bihar election is out. That's the big breaking news development that we're tracking live and breaking at 2:35 p.m. this Tuesday afternoon. 71 names released in the first list of the Bharatiya Janata Party after a crucial CEC meeting was held on Sunday by the BJP central leadership, and now we have 71 names. Let me read out some of the candidates, the main candidates that are contesting this election. From Betia, we have Renu Devi contesting. From Pipra, we have Shyam Babu Prasad Yadav. From Madhuban, we have Rana Randhir Singh. From Dhaka, we have Shri Pawan Jaiswal. From Parihar, Gayatri Devi. From Sitamarhi, we have Sunil Kumar Pintu. From Rajnagar, we have Sujit Paswan. From Chhatarpur, we have Neeraj Kumar Singh Bablu. From Narpatganj, we have Devanti Yadav. And the list is long, ladies and gentlemen. From Purnia, very important seat, we have Shri Vijay Kumar Khemka. From Katihar, we have Tar Kishore Prasad. From Kodha, we have Kavita Devi. From Darbhanga, which has been a massive point of concern as well, because the JDU MPs there were not allegedly happy with the seat distribution. We have Sanjay Sarogi contesting from the Darbhanga seat. From Aroy, we have Rama Nishad. From Baruraj, we have Arun Kumar Singh. And 71 is Sivan, we have Mangal Pandey. And 71 names released, ladies and gentlemen. From Lalganj, we have Sanjay Kumar Singh. And from Tegra, we have Rajneesh Kumar. From Begusarai, we have Kundan Kumar. From Banka, we have Ram Narayan Mandal. We'll be getting more details, ladies and gentlemen, as the long list of 71 candidates has been released by the Bharatiya Janata Party. The first list ahead of the end of filing nominations on Thursday for the first phase of the Bihar election, which will go to poll in two phases. The first phase is on November 6th, the second on November 11th, and of course, the counting day, result day with Arnab on November 14th. So those are the big breaking developments, and the names are on your screen, ladies and gentlemen. From Aurangabad, we have Trivikram Singh. From Ara, we have Sanjay Singh, aka Tiger. And from Arwal, we have Manoj Sharma. The list is long. From Jamui, we have Sushri Shreyasi Singh. From Wazirganj, we have Birendra Singh. And from Gaya, we have Dr. Prem Kumar. So 71 names released from key constituencies across. The BJP is going to contest 101 seats, ladies and gentlemen, coming down from 110 that they contested last time. Even the JDU has taken a step back in the seat sharing, as it was finalized in the late hours on Sunday after the CEC meeting. We broke the news first. 29 seats go to Chirag Paswan's LJP, 6 each to, of course, RLM and of Upendra Kushwaha and HAM of Jitin Ram Manji. And of the 101 candidates of the BJP who are going to contest the Bihar elections, which is about 9 seats down from what they contested last time, 71 names have now been released just now, and Republic is breaking the first list of Bihar candidates who are going to contest the elections for the first phase, for which the polling will be held on 6th of November. And that's the big breaking news development coming in, BJP becoming the first party amongst the national parties. As Mahagathbandhan continues, ladies and gentlemen, to be in a state of pandemonium over who will contest how many seats, how many will RJD contest, how many will the Congress contest. It is being assumed that Congress is nowhere going to contest more than 50 to 60 seats, while RJD is expected to get the lion's share of the seat. Even the left parties are giving the Mahagathbandhan a hard time over the seat sharing and allocation. NDA front and center with the seat sharing alliance solidified has now even begun releasing the name of the candidates, with the BJP now swooping in with 71 names coming in for the first phase of the Bihar election, which has been released by the BJP just now. I have our senior colleague Prakash Ji joining us live on the broadcast with more details. Prakash Ji, do break down the details of the 71 seats that have been announced by the BJP now, of the 101 that they are going to contest, the key names and the key constituencies that our viewers should keep an eye out on this afternoon.
Well, I can see the list. BJP has declared 71 seats, and out of which Samrat is going to contest from Tarpur, his home turf. Then Vijay Kumar Sinha, the Deputy Chief Minister, is going to contest from Lakhisarai. And Nitish Naveen from Patna Sahib. And Sanjay Singh Tiger is from Ara, as well as Trivikram Singh from Aurangabad. Gaya Town, again Prem Kumar, Senior Bihar Minister, being repeated. And Arunashreyasi Singh, the shooter from Jamui.
Arunashreyasi Singh, the shooter from Jamui. All these are notable people who have been nominated as the candidate for the BJP for this election. Rajneesh Kumar from Tegra, as well as Audhay Singh from Hajipur. So now out of 101, 71 candidates have been declared as their candidates. 72 people have been declared as their candidates in the first phase. Rest 30 would be declared in the next list. That's what the BJP press release says.
Prakash ji, also break us down about
please?
the allocation of seats. We have heard that some JDU MPs have also written to Nitish Kumar over the allocation of seats in their particular districts, and that there was some unease, but it seems that the alliance was largely settled by Sunday. What are the movements taking place now that the BJP has also gone ahead and released 71 names?
They have released that name because there is no confusion about that name, and that is why they have released that name. For the rest of the constituency, in the next phase, the next phase of candidates would be declared, and because the nominations for the next phase is till 20th of this month, so it's still 6 days to go. BJP will deliberate on the candidates list. As far as BJP MPs writing a letter to Nitish Kumar is concerned, he feels that they were not consulted on the candidate's name, and that is why he has written a letter to resign as the Lok Sabha member. Fix the echo please, PCR.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll try to get that line fixed in just a moment with our senior colleague Prakash ji joining us live and breaking down the details of this mega list of 71 candidates that has been released by the BJP this afternoon as the Bihar electoral battle intensifies. It's just 2 days now left for the nomination filing for the first phase of the Bihar elections, which is going to be held in 2 phases. The first phase, of course, is on November 6th. That is when these 71 names will be going on to the people for the ballot. And the big breaking news development is also that the 2 deputy chief ministers of Bihar, who happen to be from the BJP, have now been officially named in the first list of candidates that has been released by the BJP. Deputy Chief Minister Vijay Kumar Sinha is going to contest from Lakhisarai, his bastion, along with Tarapur bastion, where Samrat Chaudhary is once again pitted. So pro-incumbency there for the BJP, at least. As far as the deputy chief ministers go, both of them have been pitted from their traditional seats, along with 69 other candidates. 30 candidates remain of the 101 seats that the BJP is going to contest overall in the second phase of elections as well. Those names will be released in due course of time, is what Prakash ji was just telling us about. And vis-a-vis the BJP and JDU discord over an MP writing to Nitish Kumar over consultation not being done with the members of parliament seems to be an internal matter which likely may or may not be settled inside. But however, at the moment, the BJP front and center releasing 71 names for the first phase of the Bihar election, which is going to go to polls on November 6th. Of course, the second phase is going to be on November 11th and result day with Arnab on November 14th. So those are the breaking news details that we are breaking this afternoon. The BJP has now finally released 71 names for candidates that are going to contest the Bihar Assembly elections. The big names coming in this afternoon, of course, happen to be the Deputy Chief Ministers of Bihar, Vijay Kumar Sinha, who's been pitted from Lakhisarai, and at the same time, Samrat Chaudhary, who is going to contest from Tarapur. Along with that, there are many other top constituencies that our senior colleague Prakash ji will break us down. Prakash ji, which are the main bastions and tough battles that we see from this list of 71 seats that the BJP has released? What were the major points of contentions and what was the inside story, if you can help and guide our viewers on that?
हाँ, इस बार मंगल पांडे पहली बार चुनाव लड़ेंगे सिवान से, और सिवान उनका गृह जिला है। और सुनील कुमार पिंटू जो कि जेडीयू के सांसद थे, इस बार सीतामढ़ी से लड़ेंगे। और जैसा कि रेणु देवी जो पहले उप मुख्यमंत्री थी, अभी विधायक हैं बेतिया से, वो लड़ रही हैं। संभवतः पूर्वी चंपारण से सारे उम्मीदवार को दोबारा लड़ाया जा रहा है। मैं इस लिस्ट में देख रहा हूँ सम्राट चौधरी, तारापुर उनका गृह क्षेत्र रहा है, वहाँ से वो लड़ रहे हैं। सीट पहले जेडीयू के पास थी। और बेनीपट्टी से जो कयास लगाया जा रहा था कि मैथिली ठाकुर लड़ेंगी, वो नहीं लड़ रही है क्योंकि उनको विरोध का सामना करना पड़ा। और विनोद नारायण झा जो सिटिंग एमएलए हैं, वो फिर से लड़ रहे हैं। आरा शहर से अमरेंद्र कुमार सिंह के बदले संजय सिंह टाइगर जो हैं, वो पुराने कार्यकर्ता है, वो लड़ रहे हैं। और ये सब नाम है। राम कृपाल यादव जो पूर्व सांसद हैं, जो पाटलिपुत्रा के, वो दानापुर से लड़ रहे हैं, वो मैं देख रहा हूँ इसमें। और जैसे कि और भी हैं, त्रिविक्रम सिंह हैं औरंगाबाद से, और श्रेयसी सिंह जमुई से फिर से रिपीट हुई हैं। तो ये 71 उम्मीदवारों की सूची जारी हुई है। 30 और उम्मीदवारों की सूची जारी होनी है, और उसके बाद अंतिम दौर की बातचीत चल रही है भारतीय जनता पार्टी और जेडीयू से, क्योंकि नीतीश कुमार खासे नाराज बताए जा रहे थे सीट शेयर को लेकर। और मैं अंदर खाने की बात बता रहा हूं, जेडीयू के कई वरिष्ठ नेता खुश नहीं हैं कि चिराग पासवान को 29 सीट दे दिया गया है। और साथ साथ गिरिराज सिंह ने तंज कसा ही, क्योंकि उन्होंने एक लाइन भी कह दिया कि माल महाराज का मिर्जा खेले होली। तो गिरिराज को लेकर एक ऊहापोह की, चिराग को लेकर एक ऊहापोह की स्थिति बनी हुई है। सबको लग रहा है कि इनको सीट ज़्यादा मिल गई। कई जेडीयू के बड़े नेता ये भी कह रहे थे कि चिराग को गठबंधन से अलग करके मुकेश सहनी को लेना चाहिए था और पशुपति पारस को ले लेते तो ज़्यादा अच्छा रहता, सहज महसूस करते। तो ये गठबंधन जो है अभी एक रॉन्ग नोट पर स्टार्ट हो रहा है एनडीए का, कोई बहुत पॉजिटिव साइन नहीं है ये सब। और भले ही ट्वीट और फेसबुक मैसेज दिया जा रहा है, और एंटी इनकम्बेंसी भी बहुत एमएलएस के खिलाफ है, जो ज़्यादातर एमएलएस को रिपीट किया गया है। ये नीतीश कुमार और नरेंद्र मोदी के सहारे कर रहे हैं, लेकिन जब देखा जाता है लोकल इलेक्शंस में, लोकलाइज्ड इलेक्शंस में स्थानीय मुद्दे हावी रहते हैं और उस समय मोदी का मैजिक काम नहीं करता है विधानसभा। जैसे कि झारखंड में देखा कि चुनाव हार गए बगल के क्षेत्र में, बंगाल में भी काम नहीं करता है। तो ये जो पूर्ववर्ती इलाका है भारत का, उसमें ये पॉलिटिकल अवेयरनेस बहुत ज़्यादा होती है लोगों में। तब देखना है, बीजेपी ने सूची जारी की है, आगे जब रणभूमि में उतरेंगे सारे इनके कैंडिडेट्स तो क्या माजरा होता है वो देखने वाली बात होगी।
Indeed, Prakash ji, and continue to remain with us because हम सब बहुत ही eagerly देख रहे थे कि the 71 list that will be released by the BJP, and we have seen that the deputy chief ministers have once again gone. Now you are raising concerns about the MLAs being repeated, and the BJP is once again fielding a lot of faces that on the ground sentiment suggests that there can be anti-incumbency waves also ongoing. At the same time, we have also seen, ladies and gentlemen, that there has been some kind of discord between the NDA allies also, who despite of finalizing the entire seat sharing equation on Sunday, there has been some voices of dissent. What are the initial inputs now expected now that the 71 candidates have been announced? The nomination filing will go ahead, and Jan Suraj party has also been announcing names. If you can put into context for us, what kind of developments are expected now that these 71 names have been announced?
लोग करीब 150 करोड़ की योजना खर्च करके आज उसको पटना के जो मुख्य से बेली रोड है उससे सीधे मेरीन ड्राइव में जोड़ रहे हैं। 19 साल से मीठापुर का जो ब्रिज लंबे समय तक पेंडिंग था, उसको इस कार्यकाल में हम लोगों ने शुरू करने में सफलता पाई। साथ में बड़े नालों पे सड़क बनाना, वाटर कनेक्टिविटी, हर घर तक नल का जल पहुँचे, उस पर दिशा में बहुत काम हुआ। सामुदायिक भवन जो इस क्षेत्र का बड़ा डिमांड होता था, करीब 20 सामुदायिक भवन हम लोगों ने इसमें सफलता पाई। और सबसे बड़ी बात, राजेंद्र बाबू जी का जो हमारा समाधि स्थल था, वहाँ पर आज बिहार गौरव पार्क बनने जा रहा है। तो ये ऐसी कई चीज़ें हैं, और बाकी रोड इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर, सड़क का निर्माण, मुख्य कनेक्टिविटी ऑफ द रोड्स, ये सब कई ऐसे आयाम हैं जिसको बिहार में हम कह सकते हैं कि बांकीपुर के विकास में नया विषय जरूर 20 से 25 के बीच में नए आयाम जुड़े।
आप लगातार वहाँ से विधायक रहे हैं, 2-3 बार, शायद इसे चौथा टर्म होगा आपका। एक बार फिर से पार्टी ने आपको वहाँ से उम्मीदवार बनाया है, पार्टी नेतृत्व को आप क्या कहेंगे? क्या
मैं तो यही कहूँगा कि पार्टी नेतृत्व का अगर हम पर आज भी विश्वास और आस्था है तो ये मेरे लिए बहुत बड़ी कमाई है, और मैं इसके लिए केंद्रीय नेतृत्व को और प्रदेश नेतृत्व को बहुत बहुत आभार व्यक्त करता हूँ।
कल खबर ये चल रही थी कि नीतीश कुमार नाराज हैं सीट शेयरिंग को लेकर।
पहले तो ये कहीं ना कहीं लालू यादव जी है ना, वो बार्गेन करना चाहते हैं कांग्रेस से, तो ये बार्गेनिंग की राजनीति करने के लिए उन्होंने इस तरह का सुगुफा छोड़ा। हम लोग खुद उस कोऑर्डिनेशन में हैं। नीतीश जी खुद राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष, उनके संजय झा जी का वार्ता सुनिए, कहीं कोई समझ, चूँकि उनके अपने खेमे में चीज़ें नहीं संभल पा रही थी तो उन्होंने इस तरह से चीज़ें फेंकी बाज़ार में, जिससे कि यहाँ के हरकम को दिखा कर वो वहाँ बार्गेन करे। लालू जी बहुत बड़े बार्गेनर हैं, इस तरह से वो हमेशा एक का भय दिखाकर दूसरे से वार्तालाप करते हैं। तो लालू जी, इस बार आपका भय कहीं काम नहीं आने वाला है। नीतीश कुमार और नरेंद्र मोदी की जोड़ी, और मैं कह सकता हूं कि जो एनडीए गठबंधन है जिसमें चिराग हैं, उपेंद्र कुशवाहा हैं, मांझी जी हैं, ये पांचों पांडव निश्चित रूप से इस भ्रष्टाचार रूपी कौरवों का अंत करेंगे।
All right, ladies and gentlemen, so those are the initial reactions coming in from the BJP, which has now released the first list of 71 candidates for the upcoming Bihar elections. The phase 1, ladies and gentlemen, is on November 6th, and we'll be tracking all the developments from across the state of Bihar on the voting as it continues. And of course, November 14th with Arnab, the result counting day only on Republic. Moving on to more political news stories and developments coming in from the state of Karnataka, where Chief Minister Siddaramaiah is about to complete his 2.5 years in office in the month of November. And during this period, while tensions are high on whether there is going to be any seat sharing between the Chief Minister's chair, the Chief Minister hosted a secret meeting with his cabinet colleagues last night. And according to sources, the Chief Minister has discussed an impending cabinet reshuffle. Here's what happened behind the closed doors.
Republic has accessed the inside scoop from Siddaramaiah's recent dinner meet with his cabinet colleagues. In the closed-door meeting with cabinet ministers, the Chief Minister allegedly revealed plans for a major reshuffle following the Bihar elections. Sources say that Chief Minister Siddaramaiah has sought approval from the party high command before making any changes official. He hinted that 10 to 12 ministers could be dropped, signalling a fresh lineup of faces in the next cabinet. The Chief Minister reportedly told ministers they will have to make way for newcomers, but stressed that no names will be finalized without the High Command's nod. Speculations are also rife that there could be a possible change in guard in Karnataka Congress after Bihar Assembly polls. Will D.K. Shivakumar's Chief Minister dream be fulfilled, or will Siddaramaiah continue in the top post at the Vidhan Sauda? Only time will tell.
Living my best life.
Mindfully crafted home decor fabrics. Sansar, a D-Decor brand. Live consciously.
NDA की हल्दी मिर्ची धनिया करे कमाल, ये रंग दे, ये खुशबू दे, ये तीखा, ये कम पड़े, क्या निराला NDA मसाला। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे, केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
आर प्योर सूजी पास्ता उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ
8 मिनट में तैयार।
क्या टेस्ट है सबका राजा हार्डकोर मसाला।
Both of your elections, the biggest issues were the economy and immigration. Now you're getting credit from Democrats and Republicans for this Middle East peace deal. Where does it fit? Where do you think it fits into your legacy?
Well, look, I solved, this will be my 8th war that I've solved. And I hear there's a war now going between Pakistan and Afghanistan. I said, I'll have to wait till I get back. You know, I'm doing another one because I'm good at solving wars. I'm good at making peace. And it's an honor to do it. I saved millions of lives. Millions of lives. Now, in all fairness to the Nobel Committee, it was for 2024. And this was picked for 2024. But there are those that say you could make an exception because a lot of things happened during 25 that are done and complete and great. But I did this not for Nobel. I did this for.
This is Republic Jack Oliver's studio. Stay tuned for all the breaking news and updates. I am Tanisha Awasthi. Let's get started.
दादी के हाथों का जादू और खुशबू से महकता घर, माँ की मुस्कुराहट और खाने की सुगंध। MDH गरम मसाला,
क्योंकि हर रिश्ता है स्वाद से जुड़ा।
In the India Today Best Universities Survey, India's #1 ranked universities in various streams are JNU Delhi, Amity University, AIMS Delhi, IIT Delhi, and National Law School Bengaluru.
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा क्या स्वाद है? अरे मेरे राजा मसाला।
Bliss. It dances on your skin like first rain. Experience bliss in all its forms with Hindware. Hindware, designed for bliss.
अब छोलिया हो या लोबिया, सफेद चने या काले चने,
सब कुछ मजेदार बने।
Tehreek-e-Taliban, a Pakistan-manufactured terror monster, has today turned against its own master. On the night of 11th October 2025, the Afghan Taliban smoked several Pakistani military posts. The terror group claimed to have attacked 16 posts across multiple provinces of Pakistan under its Al-Khandaq operations. The Taliban destroyed Pak's Durand line security. The group killed 58 Pak soldiers and held 5 as captive.
The armed forces of the Islamic Emirate of Afghanistan tonight conducted a successful retaliatory operation against the centers of Pakistani forces along the Durand Line, in response to the repeated violations of Afghanistan's sovereignty by the Pakistani military and airstrikes on Afghanistan's territory. The operation concluded around midnight. If the Pakistan
प्योर सूजी पास्ता उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ
8 मिनट में तैयार।
क्या टेस्ट है सबका राजा हार्डकोर मसाला।
त्योहार भी आ गए और हुंडे सुपर डिलाइट डेज भी। अब हर कदम पे खुशियां बांटेंगे, हर सेलिब्रेशन अपना अपना सा लगेगा। यही तो टाइम है प्यार दिखाने का अपनी फेवरेट हुंडई कार को। आपकी मनपसंद हुंडई कारों पर मिल रही है कमाल की डील्स। वैसे लोगे तो आप हुंडई ही, चाहे दिल की सुनो या डील्स की।
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
आधे बाउल दही में 4 चम्मच NDA चटनी पुदीना मसाला डाला, स्टर करो, पुदीना चटनी तैयार। NDA चटनी पुदीना मसाला। NDH।
Both of your elections, the biggest issues were the economy and immigration. Now you're getting credit from Democrats and Republicans for this Middle East peace deal. Where does it fit? Where do you think it fits into your legacy?
Well, look, I solved, this will be my 8th war that I've solved. And I hear there's a war now going between Pakistan and Afghanistan. I said, I'll have to wait till I get back. You know, I'm doing another one because I'm good at solving.
From Asia's largest news headquarters, setting the agenda for Bharat. You're watching Republic.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching Live and Breaking with me, Krutat Patnaik, at 3 p.m. this Tuesday afternoon. Our top story remains the BJP has now released the first list of 71 candidates for the upcoming Bihar elections for the phase 1, whose nomination filing is going to end this week. The political battle in Bihar is intensifying while Mahagathbandhan is still deliberating a coalition. The NDA is releasing names, but all does not seem to be well within the National Democratic Alliance fold. I'll bring you all the details on that story in just a moment. But as always, let's start this Live and Breaking bulletin with the headlines. BJP releases the first list of candidates for the Bihar election. Names 71 candidates, both deputy chief ministers announced. Afghanistan-Pakistan war resumes. Fresh firing reported in Kandahar in southern Afghanistan. Huge claim by Taliban government says Pakistan is killing civilians and they took their bodies away. Taliban government spokesperson speaks exclusively to Republic, says if Pakistan escalates, they will be met with a response. Haryana top cop Shatrujit Kapoor sent on leave amid IPS officer's suicide row. Family fights back. After Karnataka Congress gave a RSS ban call, Devendra Fadnavis, Maharashtra's chief minister, says even Indira Gandhi tried doing the same but failed. Meanwhile, ladies and gentlemen, another concerning breaking news update is coming in. ASI Sandeep Kumar, posted in the cyber cell, has committed suicide. Another top police officer committing suicide in just a matter of days after the big headline coming in from Haryana was of senior IPS officer Y. Puran Singh also making serious allegations in his 8-page suicide note and committing suicide just 7 days ago. Now another Haryana police officer, ASI Sandeep Kumar, posted in the cyber cell, has committed suicide. He committed suicide by shooting himself. He also left a 3-page suicide note and a video message. Now serious allegations were made earlier, as I said, about IPS against IPS officer by IPS officer Y. Puran Kumar. Y. Puran Kumar was a... These are the breaking news details coming in. ASI Sandeep Kumar, posted in the cyber cell, has committed suicide. And big breaking developments are coming in on this story. He's also left a 3-page suicide note and a video message with serious allegations made against IPS officer Y. Puran Kumar, who also committed suicide just a few days ago, and now sensational allegations made by ASI Sandeep Kumar, who was posted in the cyber cell, was committed suicide. He alleges that Y. Puran Kumar was a corrupt officer and that there were ample evidence against him. He committed suicide out of fear of arrest. He hijacked the system by exploiting casteism. I am demanding an investigation by sacrificing my life. This corrupt family should not be spared. So now counter allegations being made against Y. Puran Kumar's family, at whose residence since morning we have seen various top politicians land up in expressing solidarity after Y. Puran Kumar committed suicide 7 days ago, alleging caste discrimination in the Haryana system. Earlier today, the DGP of Haryana was also sent on leave, who was also named in the 8-page suicide note allegedly of Y. Puran Kumar. And now another police officer from Haryana, ASI Sandeep Kumar, who was posted in the cyber cell, has committed suicide, and he has left a 3-page suicide note and a video message in which he is making serious allegations against IPS officer Y. Puran Kumar, who also died by suicide. In fact, this other officer now who has committed suicide is alleging in his suicide note that Y. Puran Kumar was a corrupt officer and that there were ample evidence that existed against him and that he committed suicide. Y. Puran Kumar committed suicide out of fear of arrest is what this 3-page suicide note of ASI Sandeep Kumar of the cyber cell is alleging, saying that he hijacked the system by exploiting casteism, and that the reason ASI Sandeep Kumar states in his alleged suicide note is that he is demanding an investigation by sacrificing his life, that no corrupt family should be spared. Those are sensational allegations, and now a very, very sensational turn of events coming into the Haryana top cop suicide case, where earlier today the DGP of Haryana was sent on leave by Haryana's Chief Minister Naib Singh Saini. Those are the big breaking developments, ladies and gentlemen, coming in a shocking turn of events in the top cop suicide case in Haryana. First, 7 days ago on October 7th, Y. Puran Kumar, who is a senior officer of Haryana Police, committed suicide and leaving behind an 8-page suicide note in which he made sensational allegations of caste-based discrimination, mental harassment amongst other things against 8 senior officers of Haryana Police, including the DGP of Haryana, Shatrujit, who is now being sent on a leave by the administration. And just as we saw politicians line up at the residence of Y. Puran Kumar, one after the other, expressing solidarity with the deceased top cop, now another case of a Haryana police officer committing suicide has come to the fore. This time it's an ASI, Sandeep Kumar, his name, who was posted in the cyber cell in Haryana, who has committed suicide, and he's also left behind a 3-page suicide note along with a video message. In this suicide note, allegedly, he's making allegations against the now deceased cop Y. Puran Kumar, who also died of suicide just 7 days ago. And in this suicide note, ASI Sandeep Kumar alleges that Y. Puran Kumar committed suicide because he was a corrupt officer. And now joining us live on the broadcast with more details on the story is my colleague Lalit. Lalit, a sensational turn of events now taking place in what is now going on to become one of the biggest headlines in the nation, the Haryana cop suicide trial. What's the latest? What are these developments about ASI Sandeep Kumar? What can you tell us?
Well, there is a turning twist in this whole story now. In the Rohtak cyber cell, ASI Sandeep Kumar now have committed suicide. And now, what are the allegations in the 3-page suicide note is against the deceased ADGP IPS Y. Puran Kumar, in which he has said that he was a corrupt officer, and why he is committing suicide is that in this whole issue now the complete family should be arrested as they all are corrupt. And in the 3-page suicide note, what he has written, that he has taken the discrimination help of caste, and on the basis of that now what the SI Sandeep Kumar is saying that he was a very corrupt officer, and a video of around 6 minutes has been recorded before the dying declaration. So what there has been said in the 3-page suicide note, that is also a last death declaration, and what ADGP has written in the 8-page suicide note, that is also a death declaration. So there is now a change of events in this whole matter, and now allegations are on the deceased IPS ADGP Y. Puran Singh, in which there are corruption charges as per the alleged suicide note which has been written by Sandeep Kumar, who was being posted in the Rohtak cyber cell. Right now, the further investigation is still going on, but yes, there has been now a change of events in this whole matter, as from the past 8 days, number of people, groups have been closely, political leaders have been taking rounds in which they have been supporting the deceased ADGP Y. Puran Kumar, in which the way he committed suicide and the
की कीमत बहुत बड़ी होती है, उसके लिए आहुति मैं पहले ही अपनी डाल रहा हूँ भाई भगत सिंह ने भी अपना त्याग कराया था, भगत सिंह ने भी अपना जीवन खत्म करना पड़ा जब ये देश जाग गया था, और आज ये देश जब जागेगा जब हम सच्चाई की राह पर कुर्बान होंगे, जब ये देश जागेगा, नहीं इतने ये देश जागे नहीं। एक भ्रष्ट पुलिस अफसर जिसने सदर थाना मर्डर में इसने पैसे लिए, इसने राव इंद्रजीत को निकालने के लिए 50 करोड़ की डील कर रखी थी, जहाँ पे एक ईमानदार पुलिस अफसर जो इसके सामने अड़ा वो नरेंद्र बिजानिया था, जहाँ पे इन्होंने कभी भी इतने दिन पोस्टिंग रही, कोई भी इनको भ्रष्टाचारी तो छोड़ो भाई सब, मतलब यो आदमी तो इस आदमी था ईमानदार, अपनी तनख्वाह में गुजारा करनी है, इसने जो भला उसका दम मुलाजिमा का भला कराया। लेकिन आईजी जिस दिन तक पोस्टिंग हुआ उससे दिन तक इन्हें क्या कराया, इन अपने जातिवाद पर देखा भाई यार इस ऑफिस में जाति के इनको हटाओ इनको हटाओ इनको हटाओ, अपना ले जो करप्ट आदमी छाट छाट कर वो लगाने स्टार्ट कर दिए। उन आदमियों ने क्या कराया, फाइलें जिनका उन्हें बेरा था भाई इस फाइल में कोई क्लरिकल मिस्टेक है, कोई जिमनी रहेगी, कोई और चीज़ रहेगी, वह चीज़ करके न मुलाजिम बुलाए, टॉर्चर करें, पीछे मांगे। हाँ, महिला पुलिस कर्मियों का भी ट्रांसफ़र के नाम पे यौन शोषण हुआ वहाँ पे, इनकी जब CDR IPDR चेक करी जाओगे आपको कन्फर्म हो जाएगा, मेरी बात तो में सच्चाई है। बिल्कुल सच्चाई है मेरी बातों में, मैं झूठ नहीं बोल रहा किसी बात पे भी। इन्होंने वहाँ पे ऐसा कहा। भाइयों, मैं संदीप कुमार आपको एक सच्चाई से अवगत कराना चाहता हूँ, और सच्चाई की कीमत बहुत बड़ी होती है। उसके लिए आहुति मैं पहले ही अपनी डाल रहा हूँ। भाई भगत सिंह ने भी अपना त्याग कराया था, भगत सिंह ने भी अपना जीवन खत्म करना पड़ा जब ये देश जाग गया था, और आज ये देश जब जागेगा जब हम सच्चाई की राह पर कुर्बान होंगे, जब ये देश जागेगा। नहीं इतने ये देश जागे नहीं। एक भ्रष्ट पुलिस अफसर जिसने सदर थाना मर्डर में इसने पैसे लिए। भाइयों, मैं संदीप कुमार आपको एक सच्चाई से अवगत कराना चाहता हूँ, और सच्चाई की कीमत बहुत बड़ी होती है। उसके लिए आहुति मैं पहले ही अपनी डाल रहा हूँ। भाई भगत सिंह ने भी अपना त्याग कराया था, भगत सिंह ने भी अपना जीवन खत्म करना पड़ा जब ये देश जाग गया था, और आज ये देश जब जागेगा जब हम सच्चाई की राह पर कुर्बान होंगे, जब ये देश जागेगा। नहीं इतने ये देश जागे नहीं।
All right, so that was the video message of ASI Sandeep Kumar, his last message before he committed suicide, and the massive ADGP suicide row in the state of Haryana has now taken a very shocking turn of events, ladies and gentlemen, where another police officer, now ASI, has come forward from the cyber cell who has made scathing allegations against the now deceased top cop in Haryana, and the case is getting murkier by the minute. My colleague Lalit joins us live at the moment. Lalit, what are the details that you are tracking now that this video message has come out, and another 3-page suicide note is something that is also coming to the fore, making some serious allegations now against the earlier officer who died by suicide there, the ADGP. What are the details of allegations being made against now deceased top cop Y. Puran Kumar?
उनका कहना है कि वो जो इतना बड़ा कदम उठा रहे हैं वो सीधे तौर पर इसलिए उठा रहे हैं जिससे वो शहादत दे सके, और वो चाहते हैं कि इस भ्रष्टाचारी परिवार के खिलाफ है वो कहीं ना कहीं इन्हें सज़ा है वो ज़रूर मिलनी चाहिए। उसके साथ साथ आपको बता दें, क्योंकि जिस तरह से पूरा घटनाक्रम हुआ है, क्योंकि डेथ डिक्लेरेशन की अगर हम बात करें तो ये भी एक डेथ डिक्लेरेशन है जिसमें सीधे तौर पर जो आरोप है वो वाई पुरन कुमार के ऊपर है, सीधे तौर पर लगाए गए हैं। और सीधे तौर पर उन्होंने ये भी कहा कि बहुत सारे सबूत ऐसे हैं जहाँ पर वो भ्रष्टाचार करते हुए नजर आए हैं। वहीं पर अगर हम इस पूरी घटना की बात करें तो लगभग 8 दिन पहले वाई पुरन कुमार ने चंडीगढ़ में सेक्टर 11 में अपनी कोठी पर आत्महत्या कर ली थी, और 8 पन्नों की सुसाइड नोट पे उन्होंने सीधे तौर पर आरोप लगाया था कि जाति के नाम पर ह्यूमिलिएशन है वो किया गया था, उनके साथ हरासमेंट की गई थी, जिसके लिए मुख्य तौर पर 2 आरोपी है, जिसमें हरियाणा के डीजीपी शत्रुजीत सिंह कपूर।
All right, those are the details coming in, ladies and gentlemen, on the Haryana police suicide row. Now, a second police officer has committed suicide, making allegations against ADGP Puran Kumar, who had earlier committed suicide last week, alleging that Kumar committed suicide because he was a corrupt officer. We'll be tracking the details and developments in this story as more shocking breaking news updates are coming in the Haryana case. Moving on to more breaking news details coming in from Mumbai. After the success of Operation Sindoor, the Indian Army is continuing its rigorous analysis and is maintaining a strict vigil on India's national security threats. Amidst this, Lieutenant General Manoj Kumar Katiyar, General Officer Commanding-in-Chief of the Western Command, has issued a stern warning about another possible Pahalgam-like attack by Pakistan. Listen in.
पाकिस्तान ने फिर एक नापाक कोशिश की पहलगाम में एक आतंकी हमला करके, पर भारतीय सेना ने फिर उसका बहुत कड़ा जवाब दिया और उसको एक बार फिर मुंह की खानी पड़ी। ऑपरेशन सिंदूर में हमें जहां भी जम्मू और कश्मीर में और हर जगह जो हमारा आवाम है, जो हमारे वेटरन्स हैं और जो हमारा सिविल एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन है, स्टेट एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन है, इसका हमें पूरा सहयोग मिला, और ये सहयोग ही था जिसके कारण हम ऑपरेशन सिंदूर में इतनी जबरदस्त विजय हासिल कर पाए। हालांकि पाकिस्तान को हार मिली, पर हमको लगता है कि उसकी जो प्रवृत्ति है वो नहीं बदलेगी, वो फिर कोशिश करेगा हम पर हमला करने की, और उसमें ना हिम्मत है ना साहस है सामने से आकर लड़ने की, तो फिर वो पहलगाम की तरह कोई और आतंकी हमला करने का प्रयास करेगा।
Meanwhile, ladies and gentlemen, coming back to the story coming in from Haryana, where ASI Sandeep Kumar, posted in the cyber cell, has committed suicide. That's another police officer that back-to-back in a span of just 1 week has committed suicide. He committed suicide by shooting himself. He also left a 3-page suicide note and a video message. And now serious allegations are being made by ASI Sandeep Kumar against IPS officer Y. Puran Kumar, who also died of suicide just last week. Now, in this new video that is emerging along with the 3-page suicide note, ASI Sandeep Kumar is making allegations of corruption against ADGP Y. Puran Kumar, who also died of suicide, making sensational claims of caste discrimination in the system in what is now developing to be the biggest sensational case of police suicide in the state of Haryana. 2 police officers committing suicide in a span of just 1 week. The second one now making allegations against the first over corruption. The first one committed suicide after making allegations of discrimination, particularly caste-based discrimination and mental harassment from the top cops in Haryana, where now even the DGP of Haryana has been shunted. Let's listen into that video message. My colleague Niranjan joins us live on this breaking news developing story from the newsroom. Niranjan, what's the latest that we are tracking in the shocking turn of events in...
Now, Krital, there are pictures coming in of the spot where this officer called Sandeep Kumar committed suicide, where his body was found. We just have those pictures on ANI. So I'm requesting if we can go to those pictures, please. We had an entire investigation team there at the spot where the body was found. Now, this is Sandeep Kumar, the man you see in the middle of the screen. And Sandeep Kumar, in this particular video, it's taken a completely new twist. Because you had the story of an IPS officer who committed suicide last week. In his letter, he had made very serious allegations, and in his letter, he had claimed caste bias. In his letter, he had named IPS officers, very senior IPS officers, including the DGP. Those are first pictures of the site where the body was found. You can see in this particular video where he shot the video, it appears like that is the location where the body was also found. So we will show both the video that he shot, his last video, and the location where the body was found. His last video and the location where the body was found in Rohtak, Haryana. We'll just take the 2 windows because here it clearly establishes that he was at that building. You can see the terrace there, and this is the video. That is the spot where the body was found. But let's also tell you that in his letter he has made very serious allegations. The second officer, ASI Sandeep Singh, in his last video, recorded, it's about a 4 to 5 minute video, and in this video, he has spoken about how ADGP Puran Kumar took the system for a ride. He claims that he exploited the system, that is ADGP Puran Kumar exploited the system using caste bias and then committed suicide. He claims that the ADGP Puran Kumar was corrupt himself. Very serious allegations made in the video. In one part of the video, he mentions 50 crore rupees as well. So we label this video. This is the location. He shot the last video. The last video was shot at this location, and then the body was found, and that's where the searches are on in Rohtak. The investigation is on there, and in his video, he speaks about how some of the officers named were honest, were fearless, and then he speaks about how corruption is being hidden under the garb of caste. He claims IPS officers indulge in corruption in a large scale, and then he says some honest officers have tried to stay away from corruption to a great extent. And then he names a few officers and says they were honest, fearless officers from the beginning. And then he talks about Puran Kumar, and then he says Puran was transferred to another range, and he says that honest people were targeted, but people like Puran Kumar almost always got away. The soundbite that he's recorded is about 4 to 5 minutes, and before the soundbite is it's a little bit of it's in Haryanvi. It's a mix of Hindi and Haryanvi, so we'll translate that. I can't go to the soundbite right now, but this is a very big development, because you have Another officer. Within a week, 2 officers have committed suicide in Haryana. One committed suicide alleging caste bias, and the second has now committed suicide alleging caste being misused and that corruption was being shielded. And he says officer who committed suicide last week, namely ADGP Puran Kumar himself, was corrupt. And we will put out the details of the letter as well. I'm going across to our colleague Lalit, who's also live there. Lalit, take us through the video. What has he said in this video? What are the allegations in the video? We are still taking down the details from that note, but before that, if you can tell us what the allegations were. Okay, so we'll go back to Lalit in just a bit. But the video that you're seeing right now, there are 2 officers who've committed suicide, ladies and gentlemen. It's completely unexpected. The development that has taken place in Haryana in the last 1 week, complete shake-up in IAS, IPS cadre in Haryana as officers come under scrutiny, face investigation. Lalit is live in Chandigarh. I'd like to go across to him.
पूरे सिस्टम को हाईजैक कर रखा था, इस तरह के तमाम तरह के एलिगेशन यानी आरोप है वो अपने वीडियो जो रिकॉर्ड किया गया है मरने से पहले और उसके साथ साथ जो सुसाइड नोट है उसमें उन तमाम चीज़ों का जिक्र किया गया, उसके साथ साथ किस तरह से पैसों का करोड़ों के पैसों का लेन देन उस पूरे होता था, उन तमाम चीज़ों का जिक्र है वो भी इस सुसाइड नोट में कहीं ना कहीं संदीप कुमार जो कि रोहतक साइबर सेल में कार्यरत था उसने इस चीज़ों का जिक्र किया है। उसके साथ साथ आपको बता दें कि जो ये पूरा मामला है क्योंकि 7 अक्टूबर को आईपीएस वाई पुरन कुमार ने चंडीगढ़ में अपने जो निजी निवास है वहाँ पर खुदकुशी कर ली थी।
Lalit outside the home of ADGP Puran Kumar getting us the latest details. But the video that you're seeing on your screen of another officer who's committed suicide in Haryana, his name is ASI Sandeep Kumar. And ASI Sandeep Kumar has committed suicide in Rohtak, Haryana. And he alleges in his video, it's a 4 to 5 minute video that he's recorded before he allegedly committed suicide. He claims that this particular officer, ADGP Puran committed suicide last week. And all of this morning, you've had political showdown outside his residence. And Lalit is live again. He has a live report. I'm going across to him.
Well, there has been a turning twist in this whole story now. Now the allegations are on the ADGP, deceased IPS officer Y. Puran Kumar and his family, in which the ASI Sandeep Kumar have leveled serious allegations against them. In the suicide note and in the video which he has just shooted before he committed suicide, he has leveled allegation that Y. Puran Kumar had been a very corrupt officer and there has been crores of fraud which he has done in the past couple of years. Apart from that, what he has leveled allegation is that ADGP Y. Puran Kumar somehow exploited the policeman on the basis of caste. So right now Republic TV is tracking each and every detail from ground zero. Keep watching Republic TV. We'll flip into a very short break.
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद ये ही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा क्या स्वाद है? अरे मेरे राजा
Living my best life.
Mindfully crafted home decor fabrics. Sansar, a D-Decor brand. Live consciously.
ये है सीक्रेट रेसिपी MDH का जीरा सिप जल जीरा मसाला। सिप सिप जीरा सिप जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा सिप।
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
प्योर शाही पनीर मसाला, डिलीशियस, हेल्दी एवरीडे।
Tehreek-e-Taliban, a Pakistan-manufactured terror monster, has today turned against its own master. On the night of 11th October 2025, the Afghan Taliban smoked several Pakistani military posts. The terror group claimed to have attacked 16 posts across multiple provinces of Pakistan under its Al-Khandaq operations. The Taliban destroyed Pak's Durand line security. The group killed 58 Pak soldiers and held 5 as captive.
Bliss. It teases, it soothes, and sometimes speaks without words. Experience bliss in all its forms with Hindwear. Hindwear, designed for bliss.
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद ये तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा क्या स्वाद है? अरे मेरी राजा।
In the India Today Best Universities Survey, India's #1 ranked universities in various streams are JNU Delhi, Amity University, AIMS Delhi, IIT Delhi, and National Law School Bengaluru.
अब छोलिया हो या लोबिया, सफेद चने या काले चने,
सब कुछ मजेदार बने।
Both of your elections, the biggest issues were the economy and immigration. Now you're getting credit from Democrats and Republicans for this Middle East peace deal. Where does it fit? Where do you think it fits into your legacy?
Well, look, I solved, this will be my 8th war that I've solved. And I hear there's a war now going between Pakistan and Afghanistan. I said, I'll have to wait till I get back. I'm doing another one because I'm good at solving wars. I'm good at making peace. And it's an honor to do it. I saved millions of lives.
इसको घर पे लगाओगे तो शादी का तो पता नहीं, पर घर पक्का नहीं टूटेगा।
रुंगटा नहीं तो घर स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं। रुंगटा स्टील TMT बार एकदम सॉलिड।
पहाड़ों में एक हाइकिंग स्टिक भी बन सकती है।
दादी के हाथों का जादू और खुशबू से महकता घर, माँ की मुस्कुराहट और खाने की सुगंध। MDH गरम मसाला,
क्योंकि हर रिश्ता है स्वाद से जुड़ा।
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद ये तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा क्या स्वाद है? अरे मेरी राजा।
Tehreek-e-Taliban, a Pakistan-manufactured terror monster, has today turned against its own master. On the night of 11th October 2025, the Afghan Taliban smoked several Pakistani military posts. The terror group claimed to have attacked 16 posts across multiple provinces of Pakistan under its Al-Khandaq operations. The Taliban destroyed Pak's Durand line security. The group killed 58 Pak soldiers and held 5 as captive.
The armed forces of the Islamic Emirate of Afghanistan tonight.
Living my best life.
Mindfully crafted home decor fabrics. Sansar, a D-Decor brand. Live consciously.
आधे बाउल दही में 4 चम्मच MDA चटनी पुदीना मसाला डाला, स्टर करो, पुदीना चटनी तैयार। MDA चटनी पुदीना मसाला।
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
आर प्योर सूजी पास्ता उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ,
8 मिनट में तैयार।
क्या टेस्ट है सबका राजा आर प्योर मसाला।
Both of your elections, the biggest issues were the economy and immigration. Now you're getting credit from Democrats and Republicans for this Middle East peace deal. Where does it fit? Where do you think it fits into your legacy?
Well, look, I solved, this will be my 8th war that I've solved. And I hear there's a war now going between Pakistan and Afghanistan. I said, I'll have to wait till I get back. You know, I'm doing another one because I'm good at solving wars. I'm good at making peace. And it's an honor to do it. I saved millions of lives. Millions of lives. Now, in all fairness to the Nobel Committee, it was for 2024. And this was picked for 2024. But there are those that say you could make an exception because a lot of things happened during 25 that are done and complete and great. But I did this not for Nobel. I did this for saving lives. I mean, we've saved millions of lives. Think about India, Pakistan. Think about some of the wars that were going on for years. We had one going for 31, one going for 32, one going for 37 years, with millions of people being killed in every country. And I got every one of those done, for the most part, within a day. It's pretty good.
Very good afternoon, viewers. You're watching Live and Breaking, and I am Rakta Mishra with you. We're closely tracking the case coming in from Haryana. Another police officer in Haryana has committed suicide. We'll tell you everything on that story, viewers, the investigation and what's really unfolding. But first, a quick check of the headlines. BJP releases first list of candidates for Bihar elections, names 71 candidates. Another Haryana police officer commits suicide, accuses late IPS officer Kumar of corruption. Afghanistan-Pakistan war resumes, fresh firing reported in Kandahar. Big claim by Taliban government, says Pakistan killed civilians, took away their bodies. Taliban government spokesperson speaks exclusively to Republic, says if Pakistan escalates, they will be met with a response. After Karnataka Congress gave RSS ban call, Fadnavis says Indira tried doing the same but failed. The viewers, ASI Sandeep Kumar, posted in the cyber cell, committed suicide. He committed suicide by shooting himself. He also left a 3-page suicide note and a video message along with it. Serious allegations have been made against IPS officer Y. Puran Kumar. Puran Kumar, he says, was a corrupt officer. And ample evidence exists against him, he said. And Sandeep Kumar says that he committed suicide out of fear of arrest. that he hijacked the system by exploiting casteism. ASI Sandeep Kumar says that he demands an investigation by sacrificing his life and that the corrupt family should not be spared. We have a reaction coming in from SP Rohtak. Listen in.
ये हमारा एक बहुत महकमे का मेहनती ASI था संदीप, बहुत ईमानदार और बहुत मेहनती मुलाजिम था। बहुत अभी एक सूचना मिली थी कि उसकी डेड बॉडी मिली है। अभी फॉरेंसिक की टीम बुला रखी है और जांच चल रही है। अभी स्टेज पे कुछ भी बताना मुश्किल है, लेकिन जो भी हुआ है बहुत दुखद घटना है। ये हमारा एक बहुत महकमे का मेहनती ASI था संदीप, बहुत ईमानदार और बहुत मेहनती मुलाजिम था। बहुत अभी एक सूचना मिली थी कि उसकी डेड बॉडी मिली है। अभी फॉरेंसिक की टीम बुला रखी है और जांच चल रही है। अभी स्टेज पे कुछ भी बताना मुश्किल है, लेकिन जो भी हुआ है बहुत दुखद घटना है।
In fact, we have some more reactions coming in on this story, and this is of course the big story from Haryana that we are right now. In fact, we have more reactions coming in. Meanwhile, we'll play out that video that ASI Sandeep Kumar had recorded before committing suicide.
ये राज्य नहीं है भाई, जनता राजा होती है, न्याय जनता करती है हमेशा। और आज मैं आपको सच्चाई बता रहा हूँ, आपको सच्चाई से रूबरू करवा रहा हूँ। इनकी भ्रष्टाचार की जड़ें बहुत गहरी हैं। जो दरखास्त इनके खिलाफ कंप्लेंट हुई थी, उसी भ्रष्टाचार से डर के इसने सुसाइड कराया है। एक चीज़ और मैं बता देता हूँ, जब हमने सुशील को पकड़ा था वहाँ पे गनमैन को, तो इसने रास्ता मृत्यु बताई। बोले एक चीज़ तो और रहेगी, माँ के रहेगी भाई। बोले मैं ना एक जगह तो और मंथली कलेक्शन करके लेके आया था और वो पीछे डैशबोर्ड में रह गए। धर्मेंद्र ड्राइवर उस गाड़ी ने लेकर नए उड़ गया है। धर्मेंद्र और सुशील कुमार उस गाड़ी में 2 आदमी थे। जब इसको पकड़ा गया, इसको शामिल जांच होने के लिए नोटिस दिया था। इन्होंने बोला ठीक है कोई दिक्कत नहीं। बोले आप सर बैठे हैं 10 मिनट में बाहर में, चलो मेरा बाल पाड़ सकते हो। भाई हमने क्या ना बाल पाड़ना, तेरे खिलाफ पब्लिक आदमी कंप्लेंट कर रहे हैं और हमारा पुलिस की ड्यूटी है, हम पकड़ाएंगे भाई, आगे अफसरादी भी सुपुर्द कराएंगे भाई, आगे तेरे खिलाफ न्यायिक जाँच होगी, सच्चाई जो होगी वो आगे शमिया होगी। लेकिन इनका भाई अहंकार इतना करड़ा था, अगर कुछ नहीं। हाँ जब नू देखा भाई तेरे पटली तेरा पाप का घड़ा भर लिया, प्रकाष्ठा होगी तेरी, जब इस आदमी ने केवल लग भाई तू बदनाम होगा और परिवार की राजनीति में भी नुकसान पड़ेगा, सारी चीज़ों में नुकसान पड़ेगा। इसने अपने परिवार को सबको बचाने के लिए सुसाइड की है। ये बात नहीं है कि भाई इसके साथ अरे बड़ी बड़ी जांच चल रही है, आदमी की लुगाई भी जेड़ा में गई तो लुगाई तो ही बुरा था भाई है। इसकी घरवाली को भी डर है कहीं इसकी भी भ्रष्टाचार का भंडा ना फूट जाए। आयोग में बैठ कर ने इनके घर वाले ने, इसके फादर ने, सब ने भ्रष्टाचार किया। इनकी भी जांच होनी चाहिए संपत्ति की भाई। इनको लाइसेंस नहीं मिल रहा, ये भ्रष्टाचार करेंगे। और एक जाति के नाम पर नहीं, सच्चाई शमी आनी चाहिए। इसने भ्रष्टाचार कराया था, परेशान कराया है सबको, इसने रिश्वत ली है, भ्रष्टाचारी आदमी था यो।
And I have my colleague Lalit joining us live on the broadcast. For more, Lalit, well, this is a case that's happened, just another case of suicide that has happened in a few days. Puran Kumar, he died by suicide, and now you have Sandeep Kumar, who is making allegations against Puran Kumar. Now, let's just simplify what's been the allegation as far as these two cases are concerned.
Well, Rakshita, first of all, let me tell you about the present case. The ASI Sandeep Kumar, who was posted in the cyber cell in Rohtak, today committed suicide, and he has leveled very serious allegations against the deceased ADGP IPS Y. Puran Kumar, in which what he has leveled and has said that Y. Puran Kumar had been a very corrupt officer and he has hijacked the whole system on the basis of caste. He was exploiting the system on the basis of caste and the way he was doing corruption as when on 7th October ADGP committed suicide, around 3 to 4 days before, his gunman Sandeep was being arrested from Rohtak, and from Sandeep there has been allegations that from a alcohol contractor a monthly was fixed by Y. by Puran Kumar. So in that, when he had collected that cash, he was arrested, and after his arrest, why Puran Kumar, as he feared of his arrest, after that he committed suicide. What his level allegation is that he was being exploited, harassed and humiliated on the basis of caste, and in his 8-page suicide note he has alleged DGP Haryana Shatrujit Singh and Rohtak SP Narendra Birjania to take this extreme step on 7th October. So from the past 8 days, there has been a lot of political reactions coming on this, as he was being humiliated on the basis of caste. Today, leader of opposition Rahul Gandhi also came. What they are demanding is that, as from the past 8 days, the dead body is not being cremated, the autopsy, the post-mortem has not been conducted, as the family has not given the consent.
Right, thank you so much for joining us with those details coming in. Lalit will keep a close eye on that. But meanwhile, we're getting a breaking news. This is Madagascar president has dissolved parliament ahead of the ouster vote. Now, Madagascar president Andry Rajoelina has fled the African nation. The head of the opposition, a military source and a foreign diplomat said. The second time that young protesters have toppled a government in just over a month of worldwide. Now, this is again being touted as a Gen Z unrest. And what we know is that Siteni, the leader of the opposition in parliament, told Rajoelina left Madagascar on Sunday after units of the army defected and joined the protesters. So that's another development that is coming in, viewers. This is from Madagascar, and the parliament has been now dissolved after massive protests there in the country. The president has fled. Military turned against him amid the Gen Z-led protests. The Madagascar government also toppled. President Rajoelina has fled the country, and there were claims being made of a coup attempt as well. That's the breaking news we have. And this is again, we've seen what happened in Nepal, what happened in Bangladesh, and this is, of course, far away. But yes, this is again from a similar kind of a case in Madagascar now. This is touted as Gen Z protest that has caused this toppling. We have a reaction coming in. Let's take a listen in, viewers.
Efa name soskevitra ihany koa ny filoham-pirenena hafa aty amin'ny kontinanta afrikanina hoe andefa andeha tafika zay apandry ny tany dia niteneniko hoe tsy mifanaraka amin'ny fotom-pisainana malagasy izany andefa andeha tafika zany ka ny laviko. No zany dia tsy maintsy naka toerana, nandeha amin'ny toerana zay sécurisé iarovana ny aiko ny tenako ankehitriny. Efa name soskevitra ihany koa ny filoham-pirenena hafa aty amin'ny kontinanta afrikanina hoe andefa andeha tafika zay apandry ny tany dia niteneniko hoe tsy mifanaraka amin'ny fotom-pisainana malagasy izany andefa andeha tafika zany ka ny laviko. No zany dia tsy maintsy naka toerana, nandeha amin'ny toerana zay sécurisé iarovana ny aiko ny tenako ankehitriny.
Chandrakala, my colleague, joins us live on the broadcast. In fact, she is joining us on the phone lines. Chandrakala, well, after Dhaka, Nepal, another protest that has been touted as a Gen Z protest topples a government. This time it's in Africa, it's in Madagascar. And again, we see that Rajoelina is alleging that there was an attempt of a military coup. Many of the members of the army had defected to the protesters' side.
Yes, absolutely. As we know that, worldwide Gen Z unrest is still intensifying. And now, of course, after Nepal, now Madagascar's president, Andry Rajoelina, has dissolved. Now, what we are learning is that the Madagascar president has dissolved the National Assembly and Senate with immediate effect, which ratcheting up the political crisis right at this moment in the African nation. The fact that the protesters have demanded his resignation, and now he is currently, as far as we know, that he is he's in a safe place. He was being taken away. He was being taken away from the country by the French military plane. But we are learning. Earlier also we told that, of course, the Madagascar president has now went on hiding. In a broadcast message in Facebook, he has said that he is currently in a safe place location, but of course he's not aware about his whereabouts right at this moment. So yes, as we know that worldwide Gen Z unrest continues, and now the Madagascar president has fled the country right at this moment, and with immediate effect, the National Assembly and Senate has been dissolved.
Right, Chandrakala, if you could just, for the benefit of viewers, explain what really had transpired, what were the issues that were being raised by the protesters that had actually triggered, or perhaps is said to be the trigger point?
Well, as far as we know that, of course, so this particular protest began on September 25th. This is the second such protest which is taking place, and over a month, this was the second such protest which is taking place. The protest began on September 25th, and right after that, he was actually, he actually fled the country on Sunday. And what we know is that, of course, the fact that the leader of the opposition in the parliament has also told that Rajoelina left Madagascar on Sunday after units of the army defected and joined the protesters. So the protesters were demanding the resignation of the president, and over corruption and unemployment and poverty, basically. So it was it was over a month Gen Z protest.
Absolutely, of course. I see a rise in such kind of protest, and the pattern also remains the same. Thanks so much, Chandrakala, for meantime for joining us with those details. We have some more breaking news coming in right now. It was Qatar Airways flight QR 816 from Doha to Hong Kong has been diverted to Ahmedabad, made a precautionary emergency landing due to a technical issue. Now, the aircraft landed safely around 2:30 p.m. All passengers are safe. Technical checks conducted and to assess the condition of the aircraft, as per the statement from Qatar Airways. So this is a Qatar Airways flight from Doha to Hong Kong that has been diverted. My colleague Harsha joins us live on the broadcast for more. Harsha, tell us more details, please.
Raksha, so we are getting to know this was a Qatar aircraft which took off from the Doha airport in the morning, but it was diverted to Ahmedabad after a full-blown emergency was declared inside the aircraft by the pilot, and it was informed to the plane was en route.
There seems to be a problem with your audio there. We'll try and reconnect, Harsha. This is another technical snag that has been reported. This time it is the Qatar Airways QR 816, a precautionary landing, emergency landing though, precautionary emergency landing that has been made, diverted to Ahmedabad, and this was Doha bound. Harsha is back with us. Harsha, please carry on. Okay, there's a problem with the connection. We will move on to other big stories of the day that we are tracking for you viewers. Now, the Western Army commander has issued a stern warning about another Pahalgam-like attack by Pakistan, viewers. Take a listen in.
पाकिस्तान ने फिर एक नापाक कोशिश की पहलगाम में एक आतंकी हमला करके, पर भारतीय सेना ने फिर उसका बहुत कड़ा जवाब दिया और उसको एक बार फिर मुंह की खानी पड़ी। ऑपरेशन सिंदूर में हमें जहां भी जम्मू और कश्मीर में और हर जगह जो हमारा आवाम है, जो हमारे वेटरन्स हैं और जो हमारा सिविल एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन है, स्टेट एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन है, इसका हमें पूरा सहयोग मिला और ये सहयोग ही था जिसके कारण हम ऑपरेशन सिंदूर में इतनी जबरदस्त विजय हासिल कर पाए। हालांकि पाकिस्तान को हार मिली, पर हमको लगता है कि उसकी जो प्रवृत्ति है वो नहीं बदलेगी। वो फिर कोशिश करेगा हम पर हमला करने की, और उसमें ना हिम्मत है ना साहस है सामने से आकर लड़ने की, तो फिर वो पहलगाम की तरह कोई और आतंकी हमला करने का प्रयास करेगा।
Shifting focus, viewers, the BJP has released its first list of 71 candidates for the high-stake Bihar Assembly polls amid an ongoing deadlock in the state's ruling National Democratic Alliance's seat-sharing agreement. While the list features both the Deputy Chief Minister Samrat Chaudhary and Vijay Sinha, the party dropped Assembly Speaker Nandkishore Yadav from the Patna Sahib seat, which he has been representing since the year 2010. 71 names in the BJP's first list, much awaited list. There was a lot of tussle within the NDA. List of BJP is out, and the top names are out. This is now clear. BJP and JDU to contest on 101 seats each. Paswan's party gets 29. 71 names has been released by BJP in their first list. So 30 more names to go. 13 more names to be announced in the second round. So this has been announced just a while back. Deputy Chief Minister Vijay Kumar Sinha to contest from Lakhisarai for the Bihar elections. So both the and BJP Samrat Chaudhary to contest from Bihar, from Tarapur. He's also the Deputy Chief Minister. And Prakash Singh joins us live on the broadcast. For more, Prakash, how do you weigh in as far as this first list is concerned? 71 candidates are out, but the Speaker does not find his name there.
Well, yes, he's been a very senior leader of the BJP, 71 years of age, not even crossed the 75-year mark, and one of the sober politicians of Bihar, and very friendly with journalists as well, and one of the old guard and traditional politician. And I have immense respect for him as a politician. Sadly, it doesn't find his name, and he has posted a video that whatever party has given him, he is obliged. Maybe he may become a governor. Together he and Sushil Modi had formed a formidable team, and he was the convener of the NDA as well. So prominent names doing in the 71-member list is Samrat Chaudhary, the Deputy Chief Minister, contesting from Tarapur, his home constituency. Vijay Sinha, the Deputy Chief Minister, contesting from Lakhisarai, his old constituency. Mangal Pandey, the Health Minister, contesting for the first time from Siwan, because he is the member of the Bihar Legislative Assembly. And another name is that in East Champaran, all the names are the same. If PCR, please fix the echo, please.
Right.
From Benipatti, the folk singer Maithili Thakur was interested in contesting election because she had met Vinod Tawde, the BJP's General Secretary in charge, but she doesn't find her name. Vinod Narayan Jha has been repeated. Nitish Mishra, the son of former Chief Minister of Bihar, Jagannath Mishra, is contesting from Jhanjharpur, as well as Tark Kishore Prasad contesting from Katihar, Shreshi Singh, the suitor, contesting from Jamui itself, and these are the important names that, who have found their names in the first list. Nitin Nabin from Bakipur has been repeated. Ram Kripal Yadav, the former MP, is going to contest from Danapur. It's a Yadav bastion, so he's been put up there to put up a challenge before the Yadav community. RJD is a stronghold. So these are the important names.
Thank you so much, Prakash, for joining us with details of that first list of the BJP that is right now been released. And meanwhile, shifting focus, viewers, the deadline for filing the nominations now for the first phase of Bihar elections is fast approaching, yet the Grand Alliance, the Mahagathbandhan, has not been able to finalize its seat-sharing arrangement. It is expected that a final decision on this matter will be reached today. The RJD and the Congress are yet to reach on an agreement on several seats, while the left parties also stake claims to their traditional strongholds. So we was closely tracking the Bihar elections. Opposition yet to seal seat sharing, and JDU and the RJD, I beg your pardon, the RJD and the other parties yet to arrive at a decision. Haryana DGP Shatrajit Kapoor was sent on leave after senior IPS officer Vaipuran Kumar's suicide note named him and 7 others for alleged harassment and discrimination. Probe is underway. 52-year-old Kumar, 2001 batch IPS officer, allegedly shot himself dead on the 7th of October. Investigators said an 8-page suicide note recovered from the spot names 8 senior IPS officers, including DGP Kapoor. Secretary South Nina Malhotra, on her official visit to Jordan, met Secretary General Daifallah Ali Al-Faiz and Ambassador Muhammad Abu Wendi, Director of Asia and Oceania Affairs, Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Jordan. This visit is a part of the high-level exchanges in this 75th year of establishment of diplomatic relations between the two countries. Now, India has called Pakistan the fountainhead of terror, violence, intolerance and extremism. The statement was given by N.K. Premachandran, the Revolutionary Socialist Party MP from Kerala, to the General Assembly Decolonization Committee at the United Nations. Here's a report on that.
In this context, it is regrettable that Pakistan continues to abuse this August forum by peddling lies and falsehoods about the Indian Union territory of Jammu and Kashmir. It is ironic that a country which is infamous across the globe for using terrorism as an instrument of state policy has attempted to cast aspersions on the world's largest democracy. Pakistan is the fountainhead of terror, violence, bigotry, intolerance and extremism. As recently as April this year, terrorists trained and sponsored by Pakistan murdered 26 innocent civilians in Pahalgam in Jammu and Kashmir. We call upon Pakistan to stop the grave and ongoing human rights violation in the areas illegally occupied by it, where the population is in open revolt against Pakistan's military occupation, repression, brutality and illegal exploitation of resources. In the last few weeks alone, the occupying Pakistani forces and their proxies have killed many innocent civilians who were agitating for their basic rights and freedoms. A country like Pakistan, with an established record of military dictatorships, sham elections, incarceration of popular elected leaders, religious extremism, and state-sponsored terrorism, should in future refrain from preaching homilies at this platform. Jammu and Kashmir is and will always remain an integral and inalienable part of India. Mr. Chair, in my closing remarks, India reiterates its firm belief that pursuing a pragmatic approach towards decolonization would lead to fulfillment of legitimate wishes of the people of non-self-governing territories.
Living my best life.
Mindfully crafted home decor fabrics. Sansar, a D-Decor brand. Live consciously.
Our pure Shahi Paneer Masala. Delicious, healthy, every day.
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
MDH की हल्दी मिर्ची धनिया करे कमाल, ये रंग दे, ये खुशबू दे, ये तीखा, ये कम पड़े, क्या निराला MDH मसाला।
Tehreek-e-Taliban, a Pakistan-manufactured terror monster, has today turned against its own master. On the night of 11th October 2025, the Afghan Taliban smoked several Pakistani military posts. The terror group claimed to have attacked 16 posts across multiple provinces of Pakistan under its Al-Khandaq operations. The Taliban destroyed Pak's Durand line security. The group killed 58 Pak soldiers and held 5 as captive.
The armed forces of the Islamic Emirate of Afghanistan tonight conducted a successful retaliatory operation against the centers of Pakistani forces along the Durand Line, in response to the repeated violations of Afghanistan's sovereignty by the Pakistani military and airstrikes on Afghanistan.
From Asia's largest news headquarters, setting the agenda for Bharat. You're watching Republic.
Welcome to Republic. I'm Rhythm. Our top focus is going to be on the murky murder of the second cop from Rohtak, and this time too there seems to be heavy drama. He says there is corruption that has to be seen in the IPS in Rohtak in Haryana. That's our top focus. First, a look at our top headlines. BJP releases first list of candidates for Bihar elections, names 71 candidates. Big twist in IPS officer's suicide case. Another top officer takes his life, blames IPS officer corruption. Afghanistan-Pakistan war resumes, fresh firing reported in Kandahar. Huge claim by Taliban government, says Pakistan killed civilians and took away their bodies. Gen Z uprising rocks. Madagascar President Rajoelina dissolves parliament to cling to power. Qatar Airways Doha Hong Kong flight diverted to Ahmedabad, makes precautionary emergency landing. The big battle in the Delhi High Court, the Inheritance 30,000 battle, where Sanjay Kapoor seems to be trying to, after his death, this battle between Priya Sachdev and Karishma Kapoor's children. And the breaking news that's coming in, where Mahesh Jethmalani, appearing for Karishma Kapoor's children, has now once again today in the hearing said the will is forged. He's looking at this entire will, and he continues with the arguments that he'd made last time, where he said, what about Rani Kapoor, Sanjay Kapoor's mother? She is not even in this will. How is it possible he didn't put her in the will? He also questions whether this is really the handiwork or the design of the testator, that is Sanjay Kapoor. He says that every part in this will, viewers, Sanjay Kapoor is in the feminine pronoun. He was a meticulous man known for his perfectionism, Mahesh Jethmalani has said today and the last time in the court. And why in 4 places has he been referred to as her instead of him? He says it's incredulous that Sanjay Kapoor, with all his knowledge, could have drafted this. In fact, at several places, he also says it seems as if there is the ghost of the digital ghost of Sanjay Kapoor that is being seen here very, very clearly. Very strong words coming from Mahesh Jethmalani. In the last hearing, he called Priya Sachdeva the Cinderella stepmother. And in this time, in this hearing, Mahesh Jethmalani now says this will is a clumsy forgery, where Sanjay Kapoor is speaking about himself, if in fact it's him, as a feminine. How is it possible? He also says there is not a word from Priya Sachdeva till today as to who prepared the will. This is something he said several times over in the last hearing also. He said we are left to infer it was on the laptop of a Nitin Sharma and therefore he presumably made it. He says this will is suspicious. Mahesh Jethmalani, senior advocate appearing for Karishma Kapoor's children in this inheritance battle, says there is contradiction and infirmity at every stage of this will. If Sanjay really intended to bequeath all personal assets solely to Priya Sachdeva, what would a man like this do? He would have registered the will, which Sanjay Kapoor has not done. If he was so meticulous, then why has Sanjay Kapoor not registered the will? There are several layers that are coming out in this inheritance battle. In the last hearing, we heard Priya. We did not hear Priya. We heard Rani Kapoor, the mother for Sanjay Kapoor, come to the court and say there were constant fights and estrangements between Sanjay Kapoor and Priya Sachdeva. Today we are hearing the will is forged yet again by Mahesh Jethmalani, who's continuing with his arguments in this high-level decibel battle where he continues to say the will is forged. He's also saying there is no registration which was done. 4 quick points that have been made in this battle hearing in the Delhi High Court by him. Number 1, he says Sanjay Kapoor always made provisions for Rani Kapoor, his mother, whose pictures we are showing on the screen, who's also come to the Delhi High Court in an affidavit where she's clearly said that Priya Sachdeva and Sanjay Kapoor had estrangement. She was no longer a directive of the company. And then we've also got the will that is suspicious. The will shows Sanjay as a female is what Mahesh Jethmalani says. I want to go across to Shambhi. Shambhi, what time did the hearing begin today? What are the key arguments? What is happening inside the courtroom?
Well, this argument, this has been going on for some time, and now Mahesh Jethmalani is hitting the nail right on the head with points that why this will, which was against which the plea was filed in the first place, is forged. He's now pointing out the details about the reason, the pointers which will prove eventually that why the will is being said as forged, why it has been said in the previous hearings as well that there are two wills. One will which is the original will and the other will that Priya Sachdeva has forged, and the family, the Karishma Kapoor and her children had zero clue about the will. And this will, when we actually go to the hearing, go to the details about the pointers made, the first point that is being used, the language in the will. Several times, for Sanjay Kapoor, words like her and she has been used, which shows it is a blunder, it is a huge mistake which has been pointed out in the will, showing that there is something not right with this will, the will in question. The other point will be that when Sanjay Kapoor was alive, his mother Rani Kapoor was taken care of, she was being catered to. What happened that suddenly Rani Kapoor has been left with nothing? Because if you remember in the previous hearing, when Rani Kapoor came forward, when Rani Kapoor filed a plea, she said that I am left with no roof on my head. I am not being provided for. My son, how is it possible that my son has left me nothing? And that my grandchildren, they are getting nothing. Suddenly in few months, Priya Sachdeva is the sole owner of everything that Sanjay Kapoor has. So this was another point which was being raised. Now, another point which is being raised, even in the previous two hearings, was that Sanjay Kapoor is being known as a very, very brilliant businessman. He's very meticulous. He's very careful with what he does. How is it possible that he has not left any handwritten note, any photographs, anything which could corroborate the authenticity of the will which Priya Sachdeva is claiming that is the real will, which Karishma Kapoor on behalf of her children is claiming that is a forged will? Because a little context, that Ms. Karishma Kapoor and her son, they did not know about the existence of this will and only got to know about it a couple of days before. That was actually shown to them during a meeting at Taj Mansingh Hotel in Delhi. And that is when they saw the will, and even later when they asked for access to that will, they were given partially. They were said that you can partially see the will, you can see some parts of the will, but whole will was not given. So these are the points which is being raised very strongly and is raising strong questions about the authenticity of the will. Back to you.
All right, I also want to break more details that are coming in this hearing. as we are speaking, viewers, and we're going to go across full focus to that, and then I'm going to tell our viewers what's happening right now. As there are detailed judgments that are being read out in the court, Mahesh Jethmalani, senior advocate, is also saying this is the best case why no one should forge a will. He's very clear this will is forged and this is suspicious and clumsy. Forgery at that. He said under this, Priya will be booked for forgery. If the forgery is proved, Priya Sachdeva will lose everything that she's bequeathed to herself under this trust. He also says this lady is a gambler, good luck to her. So not only does he question why Rani Kapoor has been kept out of the will and the fact that Sanjay Kapoor himself, if he'd written the will, why does he call himself in the female pronoun 4 times at least when he was a meticulous businessman? But he goes on to say this will is a forgery and everything that Priya Sachdeva has bequeathed to herself in this will be taken away after this forgery has been proven. She's a gambler, good luck to her. He also goes on to say Priya Kapoor is attempting to get through with forgery. It's completely contrary to the intention of Sanjay Kapoor. He deeply valued his family. All his children shared a close bond and often went on trips together with the entire family. Something that has also been stated by Rani Kapoor, the mother of Sanjay Kapoor, where she says several times over that I had also seen that they went on vacations together and Priya Sachdeva was not happy whenever Karishma Kapoor used to go on vacations or used to come to visit Sanjay Kapoor or anyone in the house. So several things that are now coming forward are giving a different picture than was what portrayed earlier. At the very heart of it, everything is this will. Is this will genuine? Will the Priya Sachdeva lawyers be able to prove this will is genuine? Because Mahesh Jethmalani, appearing for Karishma Kapoor's children, has very clearly shown, and he's being supported right here by Rani Kapoor, the mother, that there was nothing given to the mother in this will, that there is no digital footprint, nothing on any digital thing that had been stated by Sanjay Kapoor before this shows what had happened. I want to once again go across to Shambhavi because we're getting the big breaking news right now, Shambhavi, that Mahesh Jethmalani gives very big words where he says that Priya Sachdeva is a gambler and if she has been booked for forgery, if this will is proved to be a forgery and she's booked under it, then everything she's bequeathed to herself under this will all be gone.
Right, and he's also called Sanjay Kapoor as a
coming off very difficult that no hand note, there's nothing personal in it, no handwriting used. If we remember this document has been raised to the court that nothing personal would prove that Sanjay Kapoor himself was involved during the making of the will. Was being made. No photo. Even there were WhatsApp involved, but that is not certified yet. So there is no WhatsApp chat is not forged, or that WhatsApp chat itself is actual. With each argument, with each point being raised, which kind of blunders you Sanjay Kapoor. And
all right, Shambhavi, we're just going to fix that mic for you so that we can hear you clearly. But ladies and gentlemen, this is the big breaking news coming in. Mahesh Jethmalani, very strong works, fireworks in the Delhi High Court, where Justice Jyoti Singh continues to hear this case. And Mahesh Jethmalani calling a spade, where he says to Priya Sachdeva directly that this will is forged. And if everything under this is taken to be a forgery, and he's giving out points. Number one, there seems to be no digital footprint of Sanjay Kapoor. Number two, he was a meticulous businessman. Why would he make this will? And he would speak of himself as a feminine. 4 times he said, how is he spoken of himself in this will in the feminine pronoun since he was such a meticulous businessman? Number 3, he says this bill has been found on the laptop of a Nitin. So it seems as a corollary that Nitin has made it because there is no digital footprint that shows that Sanjay Kapoor made this will. He also says it's a clumsy forgery. And why is it that everything in this will has been kept only to one lady? If that is what Sanjay Kapoor intended to do, why did he not register the will? And the most important point, Sanjay Kapoor was a family man. He loved his mother. Why is it that Rani Kapoor has been given absolutely nothing in the will? It clearly shows there is a suspicion. This is what Mahesh Jethmalani says in this inheritance hearing in the Delhi High Court, and he's now showing judgments about what conspires a suspicious will. So I'm also going to tell our viewers what's been happening in this case, and this is the big breaking news that's coming in. I'm just going to take our viewers once again to what's happened. Mahesh Jethmalani says some food for thought. If Sanjay really intended to bequeath all his personal assets to his wife, he would have to be in love with his wife. He would have first registered the will, but he hasn't. Why would he not do it? Priya is getting a sizable amount of money. Wouldn't she want the registration of the will? A very pertinent question, Shambhavi, that has been asked right now by Mahesh Jethmalani in the Delhi High Court. Mahesh Jethmalani, appearing in the inheritance hearing in the Delhi High Court, gives out great details about how the will is not being registered. He also says if this was indeed something that Sanjay Kapoor intended to do, then why is it that she herself, why is it Priya Sachdeva also did not get the will registered, especially since everything was going to her. The big breaking news coming in, Rani Kapoor, who we're showing you on the screen, also in an affidavit says that there was estrangement between Sanjay Kapoor and Priya Sachdeva. Viewers, the other big breaking news, another giant leap for SpaceX and a big splashdown in the Indian Ocean. Elon Musk's Starship, the world's biggest rocket, has just completed its 11th test flight successfully, circling halfway around the world. This rocket is key to NASA's future moon mission and the dream of reaching Mars. Here's the full report.
SpaceX's mega Starship rocket roared into the evening sky, lifting off from Texas on its 11th test flight. The 403-foot giant is the biggest and most powerful rocket ever built. This flight marks another big step in the ambitious plan to take humans to Mars. The booster separated as planned and splashed down safely in the Gulf of Mexico, while the spacecraft skimmed space before descending into the Indian Ocean. Inside Mission Control, cheers erupted as the spacecraft completed its journey. On board were 8 mock satellites similar to SpaceX's Starlinks, as the company tested new maneuvers over the Indian Ocean. The flight lasted just over an hour. For NASA, this vehicle is crucial. Starship is the lander for future moon missions. For the first time, Elon Musk watched the launch from outside, calling it a more visceral experience. SpaceX is also upgrading its Cape Canaveral site to launch Starships alongside Falcon rockets, accelerating plans for the moon and beyond. A dramatic flight, a successful test, and a splashdown in the Indian Ocean. SpaceX's Starship is powering the next chapter of space exploration from the moon to Mars.
A look at some national news in brief now. A massive fire has erupted and broken out at a chemical factory that we are looking at in Madhya Pradesh's Indore. Operations to douse the fire are underway with around 13 fire tenders at the location. No casualties have been reported from the site.
NDA मंत्र का है कि ये कंपनी का नाम है और मुझे सूचना मिली थी कि वहाँ केमिकल की फैक्ट्री में आग लगी है, तो तत्काल मतलब क्या है कि यहाँ पर आप फायर के वहाँ क्या तत्काल हम फायर की गाड़ी लेकर के आए, देखी आग ज़्यादा है तो तुरंत मतलब क्या है कि और गाड़ी बुलवाई गई सभी। कुल 13 गाड़ियाँ हमारे यहाँ लगी, इसमें 13 गाड़ियाँ लगी थी।
A robber who stole a sum of money from a delivery personnel on the 12th of October was arrested by the UP police in the early hours of the morning today after being shot in the leg during an encounter. In a huge blow to the Maoist in the country, Politburo member Venugopal Rao, alias Sonu, alongside 60 Maoist cadres laid down arms. In September, Sonu had issued a press release indicating the laying down of weapons received support from a sizable chunk of Maoist cadre in Chhattisgarh and in other places. Mongolian President Kurulsuk Ukhna, who is on state visit to India, laid a wreath at the Rajghat in New Delhi before meeting Prime Minister Modi at the Hyderabad House in New Delhi. His talks with the PM revived the gamut of bilateral relations between the two countries. Vice Presidency Radhakrishnan, Defence Minister Rajnath Singh, External Affairs Minister Dr. Jaishankar expected to call on him. And Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister Umar Abdullah said that the tourism-based economy of the Union Territory had been suffering this year after Pahalgam terror attack, the Indo-Pak conflict and several severe weather disturbances. Viewers, ASI Sandeep Kumar, posted in the cyber cell, committed suicide. He committed suicide by shooting himself. He also left a 3-page suicide note, a video message. Serious allegations were made against IPS officer Y. Puran Kumar. He was a corrupt officer. Ample evidence exists against him. He committed suicide out of fear of arrest, it is said. Accused Puran of corruption. He committed suicide, and he's also said he hijacked the system by exploiting casteism. He says, I'm demanding an investigation by sacrificing my life, and this corrupt family should not be spared. Remember, the second suicide, and protests are now on against the state government.
ये हमारा एक बहुत महकमे का मेहनती ASI था संदीप, बहुत ईमानदार और बहुत मेहनती मुलाजिम था। बहुत अभी एक सूचना मिली थी कि उसकी डेड बॉडी मिली है। अभी फॉरेंसिक की टीम बुला रखी है और जांच चल रही है। अभी स्टेज पे कुछ भी बताना मुश्किल है, लेकिन जो भी हुआ है बहुत दुखद घटना है। ये हमारा एक बहुत महकमे का मेहनती ASI था संदीप, बहुत ईमानदार और बहुत मेहनती मुलाजिम था। बहुत अभी एक सूचना मिली थी कि उसकी डेड बॉडी मिली है। अभी फॉरेंसिक की टीम बुला रखी है और जांच चल रही है। अभी स्टेज पे कुछ भी बताना मुश्किल है, लेकिन जो भी हुआ है बहुत दुखद घटना है।
We're also going to show you that last video message that had been given by ASI Sandeep Kumar. He'd also left a 3-page suicide note. He also speaks about a caste bias cover-up. Listen in.
भाइयों, मैं संदीप कुमार आपको एक सच्चाई से अवगत कराना चाहता हूँ, और सच्चाई की कीमत बहुत बड़ी होती है। उसके लिए आहुति मैं पहले ही अपनी डाल रहा हूँ। भाई भगत सिंह ने भी अपना त्याग कराया था। भगत सिंह ने भी अपना जीवन खत्म करना पड़ा जब ये देश जाग गया था, और आज ये देश जब जागेगा जब हम सच्चाई की राह पर कुर्बान होंगे, जब ये देश जागेगा। नहीं इतने ये देश जागे नहीं। एक भ्रष्ट पुलिस अफसर जिसने सदर थाना मर्डर में इसने पैसे लिए, इसने राव इंद्रजीत को निकालने के लिए 50 करोड़ की डील कर रखी थी। जहाँ पे एक ईमानदार पुलिस अफसर जो इसके सामने अड़ा वो नरेंद्र बिजानिया था। जहाँ पे इन्होंने कभी भी इतने दिन पोस्टिंग रही, कोई भी इनको भ्रष्टाचारी तो छोड़ो भाई सब, मतलब यो आदमी तो इस आदमी था ईमानदार, अपनी तनख्वाह में गुजारा करनी है। इसने जो भला उसका दम मुलाजिमा का भला कराया, लेकिन IG जिस दिन तक पोस्टिंग हुआ उससे दिन तक इन्हें क्या कराया, इन अपने जातिवाद पर देखा भाई यार इस ऑफिस में जाति के इनको हटाओ, इनको हटाओ, इनको हटाओ। अपना ले जो करप्ट आदमी छाट छाट कर वो लगाने स्टार्ट कर दिए। उन आदमियों ने क्या कराया, फाइलें जिनका उन्हें बेरा था भाई इस फाइल में कोई क्लेरिकल मिस्टेक है, कोई जिमनी रहेगी, कोई और चीज़ रहेगी, वह चीज़ करके न मुलाजिम बुलाए, टॉर्चर करें, पीछे मांगे। हाँ, महिला पुलिस कर्मियों का भी ट्रांसफ़र के नाम पे यौन शोषण हुआ वहाँ पे। इनकी जब CDR IPDR चेक करी जाओगे आपको कन्फर्म हो जाएगा। मेरी बातों में सच्चाई है, बिल्कुल सच्चाई है मेरी बातों में, मैं झूठ नहीं बोल रहा किसी बात पे भी। इन्होंने वहाँ पे ऐसा कारम मचा दिया। अरे इस कोई मुलाजिम जंदा किसी तक भाई यह चीज़ कोई अर्ज मर्ज के लिए जंदा नहीं भाई, बाहर सुशील खड़ा पीछे दे भाई, पीछे दे भाई। अरे खसमो, थम न्याय की कुर्सी बैठे हो, थम क्या के पीछे मांगो भाई। एक आदमी पहले व्यापारी वर्ग एक बढ़िया है, बेचारा परेशान है वो, उसने पहले गुंडे जान तमाड़ की धमकी दे रही है, उससे न बोला आगे नर थाम और टॉर्चर करने लग रहे हो भाई। कि हंगा बता रहा भाई, या कुर्सी मिल रही है या जहाँ तो मिल रही है, होगी बेतरी इसी गराली आई है भाई, होगा इसका साड़ा भाई मिल ले भाई, हो गए भाई। ये आयोग में ये इस दुनिया में सबसे ठंडे राज्य हैं क्या ये अड़े के? ये राज्य नहीं है भाई, जनता राजा होती है, न्याय जनता करती है हमेशा। और आज मैं आपको सच्चाई बता रहा हूँ, आपको सच्चाई से रूबरू करवा रहा हूँ। इनकी भ्रष्टाचार की जड़ें बहुत गहरी हैं। जो दरखास्त इनके खिलाफ कंप्लेंट हुई थी उसी भ्रष्टाचार से डर के इसने सुसाइड कराया है। एक चीज़ और मैं बता देता हूँ, जब हमने सुशील को पकड़ा था वहाँ पे गनमैन को, तो इसने रास्ते मृत्यु बताई। बोले एक चीज़ तो और रहेगी, माँ के रहेगी भाई। बोले मैं ना एक जगह तो और मंथली कलेक्शन करके लेके आया था, और वो पीछे डैशबोर्ड में रह गए। धर्मेंद्र ड्राइवर उस गाड़ी ने लेकर नए उड़ गया है। धर्मेंद्र और सुशील कुमार उस गाड़ी में 2 आदमी थे। जब इसको पकड़ा गया, इसको शामिल जांच होने के लिए नोटिस दिया था। इन्होंने बोला ठीक है कोई दिक्कत नहीं, बोले आप सर बैठे हैं 10 मिनट में बाहर में, चलो मेरा बाल पाड़ सकते हो। भाई हमने क्या ना बाल पाड़ना, तेरे खिलाफ पब्लिक आदमी कंप्लेंट कर रहे हैं और कहते हमारा पुलिस की ड्यूटी है, हम पकड़ाएंगे भाई, आगे अफसरादी सुपुर्द कराएंगे भाई, आगे तेरे खिलाफ न्यायिक जाँच होगी, सच्चाई जो होगी वो आगे शमिया होगी। लेकिन इनका भाई अहंकार इतना करड़ा था, अगर कुछ नहीं। हाँ जब नू देखा भाई तेरे पटली तेरा पाप का गड़ा भर लिया आई, प्रकाष्ठा होगी तेरी, जब इस आदमी ने केवल भाई तू बदनाम होगा और परिवार की राजनीति में भी नुकसान पड़ेगा, सारी चीज़ों में नुकसान पड़ेगा। इसने अपने परिवार को सबको बचाने के लिए सुसाइड की है। ये बात नहीं है कि भाई इसके साथ अरे बड़ी बड़ी जांच चल रही है, आदमी की लुगाई भी जेड़ा मंगी तो लुगाई तो ही बुरा था भाई है। इसकी घरवाली को भी डर है कहीं इसकी भी भ्रष्टाचार का भंडा ना फूट जाए। आयोग में बैठ कर ने इनके घरवाले ने, इसके फादर ने, सब ने भ्रष्टाचार किया। इनकी भी जांच होनी चाहिए संपत्ति की भाई। इनको लाइसेंस नहीं मिल रहा, ये भ्रष्टाचार करेंगे। और एक जाति के नाम पर नहीं, सच्चाई सामने आनी चाहिए। इसने भ्रष्टाचार कराया था, परेशान कराया है सबको, इसने रिश्वत ली है, भ्रष्टाचारी आदमी था यो। और मैं कति सच्चाई कह रहा हूँ, जो पैसे THC
and ADGP Puran is alleged to have been corrupt. In this video, he questions and says, I'm taking my life hoping it awakens our system and country. He says that in this 8-page final note that's purportedly left behind by Kumar, he accuses 8 senior IPS officials, including Kapoor and others, of blatant caste-based discrimination, targeted mental harassment, public humiliation and atrocities. They've also demanded that they be named in the FIR for abetting the husband's suicide. His wife and others have also stated this. The officers' families are also seeking their arrest, have refused to give consent for post-mortem. Let me go across to Niranjan, senior editor, joining us live on the story. Niranjan, 2 officers have now committed suicide, the second officer in 7 days. What seems to be really happening, and this why Puran Kumar we're now hearing has been sent on leave? What are the new updates that we have?
You know, in the case of the IPS officer ADGP Puran Kumar who committed suicide in Haryana, there have been fast-paced developments in the last 6 days rhythm. A case that was highly politicized, especially by the opposition. You had Rahul Gandhi also visit the house of the IPS officer this morning. His family has gone on record to say they will not cremate the body of the IPS officer because they allege that the state government in Haryana went soft, went slow and refused to take action against those officers who were named by ADGP Puran Kumar. But that was last week. That was last week. Today you have a second officer who has committed suicide. And in this case, ASI Sandeep Kumar from the Cyber Cell Division of Rohtak, Haryana, he committed suicide today, is what police says. And in his last video, which has been recorded, a copy of which we also have and we just broadcast here on Republic TV, he goes on to allege large-scale corruption, large-scale discrimination, humiliation and bias within the police department. Now, he also very interestingly mentions ADGP Puran Kumar, and he says those who are accused of corruption are now claiming caste bias and have used caste bias as an attempt to cover up. A clear attempt maybe to try and say that ADGP Puran Kumar, who committed suicide last week, was corrupt. Now these are claims. 2 officers, 2 death notes. In the case of ADGP Puran Kumar, who committed suicide last week, he left behind a note. He named officers. He had claimed caste bias. He had named the DGP. He had named IAS officers. And it has been the subject of the biggest, controversy in Haryana, not just in Haryana, but across IPS, IAS circles. And today with Sandeep Kumar, the ASI, committing suicide, naming this officer who died last week, saying he too faced very serious allegations. I think the story is getting much bigger. And just to tell you a little bit about what he has said in his note, we have some of the details of which that we just played out. He says that he's taking this stand hoping that it awakens the system and the country. He's referring to the IPS, IAS cadre, saying that they're extremely corrupt, taking kickbacks even to arrange meetings. He has said in the video that there is a new IG who took charge. He's not naming the IG. He says there is a new Inspector General who's taken charge, and that this officer is getting in officers of his own caste that appointments are being made based on caste. So once again, he's repeating the caste bias. 2 officers and both talking about caste bias in IPS. Third, and then he says questionable individuals have entered the department and that files with errors are being used as tools of harassment. He says officers are being asked for bribes even before appointments, let alone postings. He says the same officer was under fear of being exposed. The same officer who was being exposed took his own life. Very serious allegations. We're looking at the story closely. Back to you for now, Rhythm.
All right. Thank you for giving us those details. We're going to continue tracking this, Niranjan. And also, coming up after a short break, we tell you BJP releases the first list of candidates for Bihar elections, names 71 candidates.
Living my best life.
Mindfully crafted home decor fabrics. Sansar, a D-Decor brand. Live consciously.
प्योर सूजी पास्ता उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ
8 मिनट में तैयार।
क्या टेस्ट है सबका राजा आर मसाला।
इसको घर पे लगाओगे तो शादी का तो पता नहीं, पर घर पक्का नहीं टूटेगा। रुंगटा नहीं तो घर स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं। रुंगटा स्टील TMT बार एकदम सॉलिड।
पहाड़ों में एक हाइकिंग स्टिक भी बन सकती है।
MDH की देगी मिर्च,
देगी मिर्च का तड़का, अंग अंग फड़का।
MDH की देगी मिर्च।
Both of your elections, the biggest issues were the economy and immigration. Now you're getting credit from Democrats and Republicans for this Middle East peace deal. Where does it fit? Where do you think it fits into your legacy?
Well, look, I solved, this will be my 8th war that I've solved. And I hear there's a war now going between Pakistan and Afghanistan. I said, I'll have to wait till I get back. You know, I'm doing another one because I'm good at solving wars. I'm good at making peace. And it's an honor to do it. I saved millions of lives. Millions of lives. Now, in all fairness to the Nobel Committee, it was for 2024. And this was picked for 2024. But there are those that say you could make an exception because a lot of things happened during 25 that are done and complete and great. But I did this not for Nobel. I did this for.
BJP releases the first list of candidates for Bihar elections, names 71 candidates. Big twist in IPS officer's suicide case. Another top cop takes his life, blames IPS officer for corruption. Afghanistan-Pakistan war resumes. Fresh firing reported in Kandahar. Huge claim by Taliban government says Pakistan killed civilians and took away their bodies. Gen Z uprising rocks Madagascar now. President Rajoelina dissolves parliament to cling to power. Qatar Airways Doha to Hong Kong flight diverted to Ahmedabad makes precautionary emergency landing. Very warm welcome. You're watching Live and Breaking. I'm Rakshita Mishra with you. We start with the battleground Bihar. Viewers, the news coming in. Folk and devotional singer Maithili Thakur will be joining the BJP today at 5 p.m. in Patna. So remember, this is after the first list was out. Her name isn't there, but she's going to join officially the party this evening, just in a short while from now. And she's likely to contest from Ali Nagar's seat. They did not find her name in the first list, but she's going to be there contesting the election. It seems because she's going to join the BJP officially today. And this comes in just a few days back. She met JP Nadda. She met other ministers also. In fact, in Bihar, we've seen her photographs with the top ministers. And there were, of course, insinuations being made that when is she going to take the political plunge? She had expressed her willingness as well, Maithili Thakur. And in fact, there's a reaction coming in from her. Listen in.
वो फोटो को लेकर के तो मैंने बोला कि जैसा जो आदेश होगा वैसे मैं करूंगी, मुझे जो बोला जाएगा वो करूंगी। अभी मेरा उद्देश्य नहीं है कि मुझे चुनाव लड़ना ही है, पार्टी जो आदेश देगी मैं वो करूंगी। एनडीए में देखते हुए आई हूँ पूरा, हाँ एनडीए में देखते आई हूँ और एनडीए के सुधार मैंने देखे हैं जो बिहार में पिछले साल में हुई है। आप लोगों ने सवाल पूछा वो फोटो को लेकर के तो मैंने बोला कि जैसा जो आदेश होगा वैसे मैं करूंगी, मुझे जो बोला जाएगा वो करूंगी। अभी मेरा उद्देश्य नहीं है कि मुझे चुनाव लड़ना ही है, पार्टी जो आदेश देगी मैं वो करूंगी। एनडीए में देखते हुए आई हूँ पूरा, हाँ एनडीए में देखते आई हूँ और एनडीए के सुधार मैंने देखे हैं जो बिहार में पिछले साल में हुई है।
He's talking about the photograph, and I correct myself, that was not JP Nadda, it was Nityanand Rai, and it was Vinod Tavre when she met them, and there were, of course, speculations about her political plunge. We have Prakash joining us live on the broadcast. Prakash, we just spoke about the first list a while back. She did not find herself, Maithili Thakur's name was missing there, but she's going to officially join BJP in a short while from now. There were a lot of talks about her being fielded from Benipatti, but what is in store now as far as the elections are concerned? Prakash.
Well, yes, when she had met Nityanand Rai and Vinod Tavre in the first place, and after that she gave a soundbite to many channels that she was interested in contesting from her home turf in Benipatti, where her village is. But Benipatti's candidate name has been announced, Vinod Narayan Jha. Now she is joining the BJP at 5 p.m. today. It means that she is likely to contest, that's what we assume. And she is most likely to be fielded from Alinagar Assembly constituency.
Stay on with us, Prakash. We have a briefing by the Deputy Chief of Army Staff that's going on operations in the right now. It's all set to begin. Let's take a dip in.
Okay, now, we thought we'll put into perspective a little historical context. If you look at this graph, ladies and gentlemen, and it's in the late 80s that this problem started in Jammu and Kashmir. And as you can see, since then we've had more than 28,000 terror incidents. Since the 90s, we've had more than 100,000 people from the minorities that have been compelled to move out of Jammu and Kashmir, a migration of more than 60,000 families, and also 15,000 innocent civilians, and more than 3,000 security personnel have been killed. And it's very clear as to where this is coming from. Now, why I also chose to flash in front of you the historical context is that it is not as if Operation Sindoor happened overnight. If you take your mind back to the attack on our parliament back in 2001, we'd then been compelled to carry out some kind of a mobilization on our borders. We remained there for the better part of almost a year. 2001, we'd then been compelled to carry out some kind of a mobilization on our borders. We remained there for the better part of almost a year. Yet, at that point in time, wiser sense prevailed and we didn't take matters forward. If you take your mind back to 2016, where some of our security personnel were barbarically ambushed, some of their tents set on fire, we then resorted to an action which was yet in the vicinity of the line of control. Go take your mind back to 2019, we carried out a precision strike across the line of control and then restricted it to that. But this time, it was the intensity and the magnitude of the events that took place that we were compelled into the kind of action that you are now well familiar with. So what happened in Pahalgam? And where is Pahalgam? You see the little star on the map. It is, of course, a tourist attraction, one of the most beautiful places that you can visit. And having commanded, the 15 Corps in Kashmir myself, I can testify to that it'll probably be, if some of you have seen it, for others that haven't, amongst the most beautiful places that you can go to. Approximately 7,000 feet above mean sea level and replete with exquisite meadows and valleys. 30 million tourists, ladies and gentlemen, thronged Jammu and Kashmir last year. And many of these would have had Pahalgam on their itinerary. And yet, on the 22nd of April, terror came calling. And how? Sponsored terrorists from across the line of control killed 26 innocent tourists, singled them out, identified them, asked for the community that they came from, and shot them in cold blood in front of their families and loved ones. There were immediate claimers. This was glory, but yet when the Kashmir Resistance Front that claimed the attack initially realized that possibly matters had gone beyond their control, immediately later withdrew. And that, of course, follows a pattern. It set into motion a process. Everybody knew that a response was inevitable. But we took our time, ladies and gentlemen. The Chief of Army Staff has probably alluded to this in some of his exchanges with the media, that there was complete flexibility for the armed forces to carry out and prosecute the actions that followed. So between the 22nd of April and the night of the 6th and 7th of May, the actions that you see on your screen were evolving and unfolding. So we were appreciating enemy courses of action. We were prioritizing our targets. And I'll just speak in a moment about that. We carried out certain precautionary deployment on our borders to make sure that the enemy was deterred. And of course, there was a lot of inter-service government departments and agencies that were coordinating amongst themselves. The final selection of targets was carried out from a large number of targets that we kind of scrutinized. And of course, while all this was happening, there was a very harmonized and proactive information warfare campaign that was also unfolding. So when I speak about the targets, you can see 9 dots on the map in front of you. The ones in red are the ones that were engaged finally in the early hours of 7th of May by the Indian Army with its vectors, and the 2 in blue were engaged by the Indian Air Force. That is not to say that the Indian Navy was not involved in this process. Some of the vectors that were utilized also, some of the personnel that were manning those vectors came from the Indian Navy. They were very much part of the rehearsals and the coordination that was happening before these strikes were actually carried out. So it's very safe and very correct to say that it was very much a tri-service operation. And the strikes were precise to make sure that there was no collateral damage. So you're already familiar with these, but I've just, the purple line that you see on the map is the line of control. So if you correlate the targets to that, it will tell you as to where exactly these are located. So out of the 9, 5 were located in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. And this is the first of those. As you can see the effects before and after, and some high-value targets that were eliminated. This is Kotli. This is opposite the Rajouri Menda sector of Jammu and Kashmir, for those of you who are familiar. The videos all of you have seen, ladies and gentlemen. Again, near Kotli. And all of these targets were engaged by the Indian Army. And the vectors that we used were, of course, precision munitions, loiter munitions, and all part of the inventory of the Indian Army. Some weapons were indigenous, and some, of course, that we had from earlier times were ex-import. This is Bhimber. You can see the location on the map. And if you see the video here, you can see the mortar bomb coming out of the RPV. And as we come further down, you can see now that this target is now shifted out of Punjab occupied Kashmir. And why I decided to show it to you on the map like this is because this was unprecedented. When I spoke about the historical context, ladies and gentlemen, every time we've been hit by terror, we've tried to be different. And therefore our actions have been different from those that we've carried out hitherto on previous occasions. And it was, again, different this time. And so we went into the heartland of Pakistan, and I think that's why we achieved the surprise that we did. We come down to Muridke, and this is, of course, the terror hub of the Lashkar-e-Taiba. That's the Indian Air Force strike you can see on the screen right on top. And of course, the before and after pictures, some high-value targets that we neutralized. All in all, I've said this earlier, in the strikes that we carried out in the early hours of 7th of May, more than 100 terrorists were neutralized. This is, of course, Bahawalpur. If you go back to the second star on the map, these are the Maxar images of before and after. And that is why I spoke of the precision. You can see on the right as to where the rockets and the missiles have gone through. There was, of course, after all this had happened, a very blatant flaunting of the nexus, which I would say even surprised us. That caution had been thrown to the winds, and the picture says it all. Proscribed terrorist by the United Nations, leading a prayer service for those that had been killed, and the who's who from the Pakistan Army, no less than the GOC of the 4 Corps himself, attending the funeral ceremony. Apart, of course, from many others that were prominent and were present that day. So, if you want to carry out an analysis of what happened and why it happened, the fact that the Pakistan Army and its chief were under duress at the time that this happened is known to everybody. And therefore, there was a need for him to revive not only his image but that of the Pak Army itself. And I think the best way and the only way that is known to them was to do what they did, as cowardly as it may have been. And the inevitability of the Indian response, I think, was very much there. If you were going to carry out, this kind of an action in the manner that it was perpetrated. And of course, it doesn't take much to claim victory, especially when there hasn't been kinetic contact.